Hey everybody, welcome back to Iowa Hobby Farm. We're getting some weird weather right now. It is 33 degrees and it's raining right now, and it's supposed to start snowing here in a little bit, so stay tuned. I'm sure we're going to be on the tractor tonight. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm having to run. We didn't get any snow, but what it did do is rained like crazy, and now it's freezing. And I was coming up the drive, and it's way worse. This stuff is super slick. I'm gonna probably actually have to walk through the snow. I've got gravel popping out though. Yeah, it got super slick. So my wife is in town right now, and I'm gonna try to plow this before she gets home, because I think she'll end up in the woods if I don't get it done here. So stay tuned. We'll get started on it. I've got my main dog helper here. What do you think, Rebel? Huh? You see him? Where's he at? Go get him. He's a rabbit catching machine. No, he hasn't caught one, but he likes to chase them. All right, stay tuned. It's about 34 degrees outside. Not bad. I can already tell this is probably going to be pretty tough getting up my big hill. There's some lights on here. Oh yeah, it is so slick right now. Key is going to be to drive it in the gravel, or where the gravel's exposed. Oh man, look at that. Oh, this might not work. I'm gonna have to take it up through the snow. Let's see what we can do here. My worry is that it's gonna slide off the side. I'm gonna run diff lock here. I got my pushing down on diff lock. Goats are happy. All right, if I can keep, oh, it's wanting to spin pretty good here. Oh yeah, it is an ice skating rink. No way I'm plowing going up this hill. Spinning pretty good here. All right, hang tight. Super wet snow. Still moving. As soon as this gets to the light in the morning, should be good. Should melt off. It's supposed to be like 40 degrees, but as soon as that gravel can poke through the snow, it'll melt. Or I hope it will. Yeah, this is where I was sliding all over the place trying to get up. Right there's where I got stuck the other night. This stuff is pure slush, but it is heavy, and it will be nice to get some of this up, because when I plowed the other night, it was kind of a hurry job, and I left pretty good bumps in it, so we're going to try to back blade it. We're going wherever the blade wants to take us. Man, that's pretty rough. I'm gonna hit this a couple more times with the plow. I'll be right back. I don't know if I said this or not, but I am back blading. It's just too slick. I'm on a level surface right now and I can't get any traction. The snow's so darn heavy right now, and it's like the water soaked right into it. If I start sliding too much, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my bucket level with the ground and just tilt it up just a little bit and take off this top little skim coat here, and that should get it pretty close to being done. I'm not going to do like a finishing job on it until a little bit later tonight when the kids are in bed. I just got to get it done now. My daughter's at gymnastics and my wife's got to be able to make it up this hill. If I would turn the plow around, I think I'd definitely be in the gravel this time. This is where I normally start sliding when I'm pulling the plow. Just try to barely get my front tire over in a little bit deeper snow, and that keeps me from pulling too much. It kind of uses the front tire as a rudder. When you got really deep snow or heavy snow like this, the slower you go, the better. You get way better traction when you're going slow. You won't slide. I learned that when I didn't have tire chains. That is pure slush. Use my I don't know what you call it. I call it directional braking, left and right brake. I'm having to use that. It's so slick up here. Yeah, even with these tire chains, just getting up this little spot is pretty tough. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm sorry if you can't. I don't know if I'm the only person that does this, but these mounds are getting pretty tall. So what I do is I just drop my blade down about halfway, and I'll kind of angle in toward the snow a little bit. And hold on just a second. I'll knock some of these windrows down a little bit. It's not doing much right here. It's hard to drive and do this when it's slick, but when it's not slick, it's a lot easier. It doesn't look like much, but it does make a pretty big impact when you're trying to pile up snow. I think we're going to get a lot more snow here soon. Look at this. Yep, there we go. I may be stuck now. Yeah. The main thing is when you start doing this, when you start getting into that deep snow and it's just pulling your tractor around, just stop. That's usually enough to, if you can. Easier said than done, I know, guys. Sometimes that's the case, but if you can just stop, reassess what you're doing, make sure you get on your differential brake or your differential lock. That'll help. And then don't be afraid to use your brake pedals. If you've got one tire spinning, put brakes to it. provided that it doesn't slide you down the hill, of course. All right, I've got this thing set up to where it's going to do a left side dump. We're going to try to go down this hill. Say a little prayer for me. This could get ugly. I already made a mistake, guys. I was in medium range. You've got to control your downhill descent. I'm just going super slow here. Somebody was asking me on a previous video if my tractor gets warm enough to operate out here. This is probably not a good example because it is like 33 degrees probably right now. That's where I'm at for temperature. That's where I'm normally at when I'm working outside, even in the sub-zero temps. That's about where we operate. And I haven't had any issues with it not getting warmed up. So maybe we've been lucky, but yeah, I haven't had that problem. If that's the case, or if I find that that's the case, I will, I'll just up the RPMs, see if that works. And I guess we could just do the old cardboard trick, cut a little hole out in the front and kind of monitor it. But you got to really practice watching your gauges when you do stuff like that. Put a cardboard piece or a blanket or something in the front, because these Kubotas, they can get overheated very easily, and that will be detrimental to your tractoring experience, trust me. All right, I'm gonna change my blade and do a right side dump on it. I'm not gonna try to pull against the weight of that snow right now. I'm just gonna work with what I've got. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this is where we're at as far as the slush goes. It is underneath that. That's gonna freeze tonight, and it's gonna be terrible in the morning. What I'm gonna do tonight, it's only like it's like 6:20 right now. What I'm gonna do tonight, it's gonna get down below freezing. I'm gonna come out here at about 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna turn the blade the correct way and see if I can scrape out these edges. These edges over here, I don't know if you can see my finger. But if you can scrape out those if I can scrape out those edges, this driveway's crowned in the middle. If I can do that, I think it'll keep the water from pooling in this valley that I've created here, and that might help it thaw out tomorrow, and it'll actually get me down to the gravel. So that's what we're gonna try to do. I'm gonna see if it works, but for the time being, I'm just trying to get my wife up the driveway when she gets here. So like before, we're gonna go super slow and low gear. And I'm gonna kind of push the limits on the edge of this, otherwise this driveway is just gonna keep shrinking and shrinking as I pile up the snow. So we're going to try to avoid that like the plague. And we're going to be in it here in a second. Maybe not. Maybe I missed it. We're going to be a pro here at this by the end of this winter. This is my 3rd year with this tractor, and I learn something new every year. We never have the same snow. It's always something different out here. All right, let's see what we got so far. I'm gonna put it in medium range. We're not dragging the plow, we're not doing anything. I'm gonna see how I can get up this, see if I can get up this hill. Now before it wanted to pull me down right here, off to the side. It is still spinning going up this hill. But climbing it a lot easier now that I took some of that slush out there. I would imagine that if I can get some tire tracks in this driveway and allow it to freeze, that would be like adding traction. All right, we're gonna get a little bit more serious here. The driveway right by the garage is pretty bad. It is super slick, too slick to be walking around on. I'm gonna back blade it down here where I park my work truck and see if we can get down to at least the gravel. I hope I don't peel off too much gravel here because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get the gravel brought back up. So we're gonna see what we can do. Oh, I forgot to say, the blade is exact, like perfectly even. There's no cant to it. So we're gonna see what we can do here. I'm just gonna do a couple strips here. I'm not gonna do any more than I absolutely have to. Just enough to get the cars in. Like I said, I'm gonna come out here later tonight and do a little bit of finish work on this. It'd help if I turn the brakes off. That's working so good. Oh man. Just peeling off the ice. We're gonna get into gravel right about here, I would assume. If not, we're gonna go right across the drive. Oh yeah, now we're hung up. I'm gonna raise this just a little bit, yeah. A little hump in my driveway right there. Awesome. Awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better job. Yeah, it peeled off a lot. All right, stay tuned. Well, here's the moment of truth. Let's see if she can get up the drive. It's treacherous. Like I said, I'm gonna come back out here and finish this up after they go to bed, but whew, sliding a little bit. Well, I turned the blade. I'm getting a little bit of gravel. Getting a little gravel, but not too terribly much. Well, hey everybody, thanks for watching. We went ahead and plowed with the plow facing forward this time, this last pass. I was picking up quite a bit of gravel on the way down, but it definitely needed it. I don't know if you can see that track right there. I was real close to getting stuck and high centered, so it was definitely needed. I was only going down the hill about 3 miles an hour or so, and it is just a sheet of ice out here. I really hope that at least some spots will dry off or thaw out tomorrow, but stay tuned. I'm sure there will be more.